Cherry Blossom Love Go XD. Oh, wait. This one was submitted by one of the moderators at the server.
The school day was over, and he was finished with club activities. It had been another amazing time with himself and his friends. He would go home now, to homework that he had to work on. He lived all by himself, and that was why he loved coming to school so much. Leaving the room his club was held in, Celios.
Oh,
Wait
my
a minute.
God.
Wait a minute.
Isn't Celios one of your brothers?
Oh, there'll be a reckoning.
I thought he was dead.
Leaving the room his club was held in, Celios skipped his way down the stairs and past his schoolmates, who he never really acknowledged or thought about. Within no time at all, he was out in the courtyard. Now was the height of spring, and the trees were full of blossoms. Little pink petals floated in the air that stirred around him. His skirt...
Excuse me?
Wait a minute.
No. No. Wait.
Hello, wait. What was your brother in what?
I may not be ready for this. Oh. But deep breaths and count to 10, Zielo. Deep breaths and count to 10.
His skirt waved in the breeze that blew, and he closed his eyes to breathe in the air. It was so grand, so beautiful. The scents in the air, the sounds from the birds. He opened his eyes then and saw him, the top student in the whole school, Zielo. Nothing. Nobody was as beautiful as him.
Beautiful and grand as him.
Nothing. Nobody was as beautiful and grand as him. The one who had eyes like stars. The cherry blossoms fell around him. Was he waiting for someone? He realized he was staring when Zielo, the perfect student who got every point on everything he turned on, turned his head just enough to look right at him.
Wait, turned on?
Wait, no, you turned in. You're supposed to turn in your work, not turn on your work.
He realized he was staring when Zielo, the perfect student who got every point on everything he turned in, turned his head just enough to look right at him. Celios blushed, and his nerves caught up to him. He couldn't talk to the school's top student, Zielo, about his feelings just then. He turned and ran the other way, to go home and prepare for the next day of school. When Celios arrived at school the next day, he saw the top student in the school, Zielo, standing under the cherry blossoms again. Was he still waiting? Who would leave him to wait so long? These questions plagued him through the whole day. His friends that he barely knew asked him what could be distracting him. But he couldn't tell them. He was only the second top student in the school. He would never be a match for someone like Zielo, the student with the best grades. And yet, when he left the building again, the top student Zielo was still there. He wanted so badly to confess. Hand held to his chest. He walked up to the school's top student. His face is pink.
Are you okay there, Zielo?
Zielo, deep breaths.
He wanted.
His face is pink. His face is pink.
I know. He wanted so badly to confess. He hand held to his chest. He walked up to the school's top student. His face is pink as the cherry blossoms that never seem to stop falling. Ever. Zielo-kun.
Hold up. That's Celios. I'm supposed to read that bit.
Then read it.
I'm so sorry.
Go on, Silver.
Zielo-kun.
Celios stammered.
You are standing here every day. Who is it that you are waiting for?
The top student in the school, Zielo, looked at him with those intense eyes. He answered, gazing right at Celios.
Me?
Celios squealed.
But I'm only the second top student in the school. Surely there is someone better than I am.
The student at the top of his class, Zielo, didn't break his gaze. Celios gasped.
Zielo-kun. You want to go on a date? I have never been on one before, but I will go on one with you.
So the two of them left together, and the school's top student, Zielo, took a hold of his hand when they were both a ways from the school. Celios blushed even more. This was so forward. He must really like him.
That's questionable. That's very questionable.
Both found themselves in the carnival at the edge of town. There was a Ferris wheel there, and it was beginning to be sunset. Celios had never been on a Ferris wheel before, but he had heard that the whole town could be seen from the top. They could both watch the sunset, just him and the top student in the whole school, Zielo. Soon, they were both on the ride, and slowly they began to ascend. They reached the top just as the colors began to spread over the horizon, and the stars in the night sky began to shine. The two of them looked at each other. Celios blushed more than he had ever had in his life.
Zielo-kun.
He whispered. Top school student Zielo whispered back.
Wait! He's not saying anything this whole time!
Yeah.
How do you whisper in ellipses?
He goes,
Hey.
Really? Because I thought he had him at.
Hey.
No.
Hey.
No.
Okay. Back to immersion.
Deep breath, Zielo.
He
And count to 10.
He leaned in. Celios leaned in too. And their lips met perfectly, framed by the sunset and the growing darkness of night and the moon. When they were back on the ground, Celios could barely contain himself.
Zielo-kun. We've been out so late. Would you want to come to my house? There's no one else there but me.
Zielo, the best student in school, turned to him and nodded. Celios smiled, and together they walked to his home. The end.
Okay, that is all of our winners. Wait, there seems to be one more story here.
Oh,
What?
Hey, creator, is this one meant to be put in the pile?
well, there is no such thing as a coincidence in my book. Everything has a reason and a purpose for it.
Okay,
You have precisely 5 seconds to run.
I don't think. You know what? I accept my fate.
you do that, I'm gonna book it out of here back to my pit. Bye!
Good luck trying
There
to
is
run.
no place in all of creation that you can get away from my powers, Captive!
Exterminatus!
Why are you two so evil?
Because
We call this a bonding moment!
Why? Oh my god.